Here's a deck that I am repairing for a friend of mine, and as you can see, there's some really bad wood rot underneath it. It looks like a fairly new deck. The deck is not leveled. Well, it was leveled at one time, but it looks like the rot has caused it to be unleveled, which is causing the water to be trapped down by the stairs here, and the joists are starting to rot. So she's had a couple estimates, anywhere in the range of probably over $1,200, which is not a bad price really if you include material, because it's a lot of work. You're going to have to tear up all this rot and put in new boards. So my guess with this water issue, is that they put these boards here for lux, and what happens is that the board is trapping all the water, so the leaves are falling in between the cracks here, and it's trapping all that water. So whenever it rains or snows, all that water is being trapped due to this design right here. And you can see the extent of the damage is on both sides of this deck and along the joist too. So I think once I remove this and just replace it with just a regular 6x12 board, it should fix the issue, and just paint it something close to this color here. And one thing that's been a pain in the butt are these screws, because they're stripped. Whoever drove them in stripped them pretty badly, so and I don't have my Sawzall, otherwise I just cut it all off and just pull it all up. But I'll bring my Sawzall next time and just cut this all up. It'd be a lot quicker. It took me about an hour to pull up all these screws and just get a few boards out so I can see what's going on. So don't ever use those square screws for decks. Not a big fan of them. This is what it did as a temporary fix. So you can see I kind of sistered the rotted joists with a newer piece of lumber, and it's pretty badly damaged here from all the rot. You can see years of water accumulating. So that's kind of the game plan for now. This, like I said, is probably about a 5-year fix, maybe 7 or 10 if you're lucky, but the reality is this entire deck probably eventually needs to be rebuilt from scratch, and from the looks of it, it's probably about a $20,000 deck, 15 to 20. And last time I checked, there's not a lot of people that I know that have $15,000 or $20,000 sitting around to spend on a deck. So with that said, the next thing I'm going to do is secure this. I think it's about 18 feet, maybe about 12 feet. Yeah, maybe a little bit over 12 feet. I'm going to run it across the skirt of the deck and get this done and secure those stairs to that new piece. But the genesis of this issue, the guy that built the deck, he did a pretty good job, because as you can see, he built an extra beam down here, so that allowed me to feel good about sistering those that new lumber, because I know that there's extra support here. But what he did here was that he put this board up over the lumber, the treated lumber, and what happened is that this deck over the years it kind of sunk in a little bit. Even though he did it right, because he built it on concrete, but it still sank a little bit. So all that water was pooling into these cracks here, and in addition to that, she had some leaves. So eventually that's what caused all the wood rot. Here is the finished product. Took all the rot out and replaced it with new boards. It took me about 14 hours of work total, 14 to 15 hours. So, you know, considering the rate of a carpenter, a skilled carpenter these days, 60 to 70 an hour, so 14. So if you can get this job done for less than 2,000, I would say that's a pretty fair bid. Anyway, hope you learned something. Hit the like and subscribe button, and God bless you all.